Hi there. Spring has sprung in Northeast Tennessee where I live, and it's a beautiful day, and I'm out running errands and getting ready for our next restoration job, and actually was thinking about you guys because I know that my channel is focused more on kind of travel packing and travel hacks for carry-on only type things, but you may have recently watched two of my videos where I'm really talking about Scotty vest and ex officio travel jackets and travel vests. And while those are really awesome, and I love my arsenal of this type of travel jacket because it makes travel so much easier for me, what I also wanted to tell you is that really and truly systemizing your day-to-day, even when you're at home, really makes traveling easier. So even if you go and purchase a ex officio or a Scotty vest so that you have all of your things kind of on your person, I can tell you that you can still do that even with a denim jacket that has 2 additional pockets on the inside. So some denim jackets will have, pockets on the outside, and then that pocket lining on the interior of the jacket makes another pocket on the inside. So with that in mind, you can actually kind of systemize your day even before you travel. Just systemize your regular day-to-day activities by trying out having a travel jacket with you, in a denim jacket, to see how that goes for you. So you may not even want to invest the money in a Scotty vest or an ex officio type jacket. You don't even know if that's something that you really would find useful. But I think if you would systemize your kind of day-to-day and using just the things that you normally need to use, you don't need anything fancy for travel. So, and that's a great way to test that out. The other thing I wanted to mention is that in terms of systemizing your day-to-day, not only do I travel with this, and you'll see that in the videos that I just made, but this is actually something that's on my keychain that I have with me every day, and that is a little pin. And I don't always travel with this. It just depends on where I'm going and what kind of weight limit that I have to meet, and if I'm taking a planner with me where I already have a pen there. But this is something I always have on my person, so I always have a pen with me, always. And this is one way that I can do that. And then the other thing is I always have a little tiny flashlight. And I purchased this one on Amazon, and it's called a nano light, but it's super bright, very, very, very bright. And it works very well. And I like also, see, it comes with this nice little clip, which is great because you can actually even clip this on a zipper, when you're traveling. But because I have those 2 things with me every single day, it makes it so easy for me when I travel because I'm used to having those things. So I know that I have them, and I make sure that I pack something like this. If not this flashlight, another flashlight, or if not this pen, another pen. And it should also mention that it's important to have a flashlight that is beside your cell phone because you want to save your cell phone battery as much as possible, especially when you're traveling, because you don't know maybe when you're going to have access to an area that you can charge your phone. So I would tend to make this more of a priority to have a flashlight like this with me, just in case I needed it. It would make, instead of running your cell phone battery down, that's important. And then the last thing I was going to tell you along these same lines of, getting used to kind of systemizing your day-to-day when you're at home so that you could kind of take those same ideas and systemize your day when you're traveling, is that I travel with the same purse or purses. I have, multiple handbags, but I travel with the same purses that I actually use at home. And so now I'm at a point where even when I purchase a new handbag, typically it's something that one of the questions I ask myself is, can I travel with this? And if the answer is yes, then it's usually a definite for a purchase. So I'm going to show you a great example of that. This is a Madewell brand bag. And the cool thing about this is it has a shoulder strap, which is adjustable, as you can see, but it also has a crossbody strap, which I also love. And it is sizable enough that you can actually put a full-size 16-ounce water bottle in this bag if you needed to. I've tested it. And so for me, I would not take that handbag as my personal item because I want to maximize my personal item space. So I would probably take a backpack, or I have a travel-on crossbody kind of messenger bag that I really like. I think it's called the Metro. But I would use this purse as a packing cube. So you could very easily put your clothing in this, or you can put underclothes, scarves, whatnot down in this bag and use it as a packing cube in your personal item. And then when you get to your destination, you can use this handbag as your everyday carry. And then you're familiar with it, just like you are at home. You know how to carry it, you know all the bells and whistles of the bag, and you're kind of good to go at that point. And you're using something that's familiar, and you're not getting used to or having to get used to something that's new, or like, oh, wait a minute, how does this special strap work? Or I don't remember how to alternate this shoulder strap and the crossbody handles. Like, how do I do that? You already know because you're using it every day. Now, another thing that I did want to mention too is that I love bags like this that have these little loops on them, little hooks, hook and eye almost type thing. And the reason is because even though this is not locking like my travel-on or my pack-safe bags, now those oftentimes actually have a kind of a switch lock on the bottom that keeps this from being easily tampered with. But this is still an extra step for a thief if, let's say, I am sitting in a cafe and I just want to have that added security that I loop this around the back of my chair and then hook it in place, so that way it's hooked around something and it can't be carried off somewhere, if that makes sense. Same thing for the crossbody strap. It's nice that I can actually take this off, hook it around something. And where I am locally, we don't have a problem with pickpockets or, people grabbing purses and stuff like that. But when I go to the grocery store, I set this in my shopping cart, and the very first thing I do is loop this through the basket, the front of the basket where I guess where the child would sit, that's where I put my handbag typically. And I loop this through that metal place and reattach it to the handbag, because it would take someone a number of seconds, because they're not familiar with my purse. They don't know how my purse works. I mean, they can see how the purse works, but it would take a second to fumble with this. And whereas a thief would probably pick someone else where it's more opportunistic, where they can grab and run without having to unhook my purse from my shopping cart. So I hope all this helps. These are just some things that I was thinking about that may be helpful to you. So just try to remember that you can use regular everyday items. And I think sometimes it's better to use items that you're familiar with, that so that you're already in a strange place when you're traveling. You're focusing on different things because you are somewhere that is unfamiliar. But when you have familiar items with you, like a denim jacket that you're used to carrying with you every day, that has the pockets that you know where everything is, like the handbag that you are used to carrying or have carried before, or even, knowing that you're going to have a flashlight and a pen with you because this is already part of your everyday carry, that's something that's going to help make your trip and your traveling go a lot more smoothly. So I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next one. Have a great day.